Greetings from Dystopia, episode 111. 100 Elves. Let's see who figures that one out. Yeah, heading out for a walk today. We got some more rain in last night, so I'm sure all the trails are going to be pretty damn muddy. So I'm just going to head up here to the Butterfly Park. Walk the trail up there, the paved trail, and just doing an out and back on that trail should get me my distance for the day. A couple questions and comments came in, one on YouTube. Mike Agnetta asked about, do I not have a capture box or a photo box? For those of you who don't know what it is, it's just an acrylic box, rectangle. The idea is you catch fish, you put it in the box, with water obviously, and you take your photos of the fish in the box. That's one of the things that's always been on my list, and I never actually bought. And it was just funny, when I read your comment, I looked down on my desk, and I have it's probably 5 by 5 by 5 acrylic box. It was a cover that came with something I bought. Well, instead of throwing it away, I turned it upside down. It may have even been my GoPro. But instead of throwing it away, I turned it upside down and made it a pen cup. A big pen cup, but yeah. And it was funny as I looked down at that thing and I'm like, So we'll give that a try this week. If it doesn't work, I'll look for another one. I know Chris has some in stock. I think they're a larger, like 4 inches, better than the little business card one that he had before. So if this doesn't work, maybe I will look at that one that Chris has. One of the things that's prevented me from buying one in the past is I prefer to, everything fits in my pack. And my packs are continually getting smaller and smaller. So it was the idea of throwing something large in there again that kind of, just pushed that to the back of my mind. But you're right, with small creeks like that, catching the little guys, the micros, it does make more sense to try and photograph them that way, because that same video you watched, that little largemouth bass was just, it was really flipping cool. You don't see them that small that often. You just don't catch them. And to see, like, on the individual gills, the flesh-colored strip underneath the plate, as the plate opens and you've got each gill, was fleshed white. And I don't recall ever seeing that on full-grown bass. May have, I just never noticed it, never made point of it. So definitely something I'll look at. The other question was, when are we going to do more camp cooking? Soon? Hold on. Had an exceptionally dry throat this morning. A fan was blowing in my face all night long. My fan came in that I bought to go on this rod, this bar that goes across that holds my rods in place, clips over it and points down. So I've been testing it to see, at this fan speed, can I run it all night? And yeah, so it was blowing in my face last night. Everything is dried out. But so far it lasted the entire night on 2. So it's charging now. I'll see if it'll run the entire night on fan 3. Just playing with it. It's a light fan combo, which I thought would be ideal for back here. So, yeah, but we'll be doing some camp cooking soon. Like I said the other day, I'm heading up to Wisconsin end of the month to do some fishing. So I might do some camp cooking of some type up there. All right, let me get switched over, loaded up, and we'll go for a walk. I swear these things have grown another foot since the other day. I don't know, you tell me. I think they have. I think they've grown another foot. Not sure what's going on today, but there is a ton of private jet traffic today. It's something I haven't really noticed much lately, are the private jets, but today I've already had 4 go over since I got here. Took a couple quick shots over the field. This one that's back behind me here. But I do like this park just because of these wildflower fields. And like I said, the butterflies, hummingbirds, you see out here fairly often too if you're patient, you know. It's the biggest thing is a lot of people, when they go for walks in the woods, they're not very patient. And they look around and all I see is weeds and trees. Well, slow down, take your time. You'll see a lot more. If you just slow down and look around, listen. You know, open up your ears a little bit. Close your pie hole, open your ears. Oops. It's up just enough that the riffle's gone, so you don't hear it. I always love this tree here, how it just, you know, was probably standing up at one time. It fell due to a weak root structure. Carried across, but yet it's continuing to grow, you know. It's just like, I'm not giving up. Yeah, all the trails are mucky here today, so I'll walk in just a little bit. I'm not going to go super far. I'll walk till I get my steps, and then I'll turn around and head back out. Most of you guys should remember this one if you've watched the episodes. I did a cloud time-lapse right here in the spring looking up before all of the trees came in. Got some people coming. Let me stop. There we go. I don't know what it is. I can be in just the worst mood in the world. And I get out in the woods and it completely changes my mood. Got a lot going on here this morning noise-wise. All the birds, and heard a tree fall over right as that family walked by. We all kind of looked off to the west and were totally surprised because you could hear that tree fall. Pretty cool. I love the light in here. It looks alright on the camera, so hopefully it's able to pick up the subtleties of the light. Yeah, this is another one of those preserves I need to come back and spend a day here and just GPS map all of the trails, because there's only 3 large trails and then dozens of little interconnectors that people have made, you know, just walking. Pretty cool. And it's not that this is a hard preserve to find your way around in. There's two major features. There's a ravine that's right down here, and then there's Spring Hole Creek. So as long as you remember those two features, it's very easy to orient yourself around in this preserve. So I was talking about how people have made trails. These are the mountain bikers. They just zip down. I see some tracks, but they're a couple days old. Plenty in the tread though. So yeah, this is a pretty nice little, I keep saying preserve, it's not actually part of the preserves. This is a municipal park that they just, maintain the trails. So either way, it's still pretty cool to get out here and walk around. And it's relatively close to the house, so it's an easy one to get out and get your distance, which I already did 1,000 steps ago. It's just funny. I don't know if you heard him there when I hit pause or not a minute ago, but he's calling out every feature, bridge, puddle, hill. One kind of made me laugh. Yuck, that mud is like, that stuff is super, super sticky. Sit here and stare for a minute. All right, so what's coming up this week? That's a good question. A lot of it is going to depend on the heat wave. There you go, just passed 2 times my daily goal. It's not hard to do today. The goal is it's only 5,000 steps today, so it's easy to surpass 5,000. But yeah, so a lot of that's going to depend on the weather. If it's too hot, we may go back out to Shadow Creek, do some fishing down there in the creek in the cool, stay out of the sun as much as possible. Like I said earlier, Mike's got me thinking now about bringing that acrylic box and seeing what we can find. Be nice if my big camera's back by then, although carrying all this equipment kind of defeats the purpose. That is what I like about this rig now, is it's simple and straightforward. It's just the phone with the Osmo Pocket plugged into it. Got a variety of different grips and mounts that I've built for different situations, but it's not waterproof. So a lot of times you've seen the GoPro footage and stuff like that, but I'll just be glad to get the big camera back for some better quality photographs. So this kind of gives you an idea of what I was talking about. So I parked, walked down the trail, took this loop here, and then came back down around, right? So it shows basically 3 main trails, but crisscrossing through here are just tons of trails, all around, particularly on Spring Hole. There's trails on both sides of the creek. They go all around it. All right, let's ride. That was pretty good. I wasn't actually intending on walking that far, but got back on the trail and did the loop, and I was kind of like, all right, let's just finish it all. So I walked all of it. Oh, I got to do those noodles today. That's what I'm going to do. Kind of wishing I would have put out some dough to rise yesterday. Been kind of jonesing for some good homemade bread. And I should have put it out, and then I could have made it today. When it comes out of the oven, I make the pot boule, the small round loaves. When they come out of the oven, I hit them with some olive oil, salt, a little bit of garlic, rosemary. But yeah, so I'll go back and I'll work on my weighting stick. I'll cut up the pool noodle. obviously edit this video and get it up today. And yeah, we'll have to take next week by ear. That going back to Shadow Creek makes a lot of sense, especially if it gets hot. You know, I only got to put up with a little bit of heat going from the trailhead back to the far north trails to go back down into that one hole I fished. But beyond that, it's cool in the creek. You know, you get your feet wet, your legs are wet. Helps cool you down. So I think that's probably the game plan for the hotter days. While I'm looking, let's look at the 5-day. Right now, that's funny. So the weather on the van is saying 78, 86, 83, 82. But the weather, when I checked it this morning on my phone, still got a light, stoplight, so we'll look at the rest of the week. Yeah, now the phone says 85, 85, 88, 93, 93. So the phone is significantly warmer temps. You know, if it's in the 80s, I'm fine with it, but up in the 90s, you just got to play it a little smarter. But yeah, you know where we're at, right? Be good, be well, wear your masks. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good day.